How to figure out a hiring manager's pain points so you can get hired. So, when you're in job interviews, it's really important that you talk about the problems you'll solve and the pain that you will alleviate. And as you saw in my earlier TikTok, the way that you do that is by creating what we call the job matching matrix. This is where you break down all the tasks required to do the job, and then you sit back and say, what would happen? What would go terribly, horribly wrong if all of these activities weren't done? Because that's why a company's hiring you, to avoid catastrophe, right? So it's very important that you break that down and think about it so that when you're in the job interviews, you can speak to these pain points. But I'll tell you, asking a hiring manager directly about their own pain and how you doing this job will solve for it is a really smart thing to do at the end of a job interview. So when it's your turn to ask questions, you should say to the hiring manager, can you tell me what keeps you up at night and what worries you about filling this position? Specifically, how will this job make your work easier? Can you walk me through that? And what would I need to do in this job to ensure that I was making your job, your work easier? You ask that because that's the whole reason they're hiring you. And by asking that specifically and very positively, you are sending a clear message to that hiring manager that you understand why you're being hired. Plus, you give them a chance to really vent and explain what is worrying them, right? And what they need to see from somebody in order to have the confidence to hire them. Now they vent that to you. You get to say, I completely understand. Maybe you even take it a step further and say, I understand because here's how it was at my old company. Here's how I made sure that didn't happen for my boss, to reinforce the fact that you heard them, you understand them, and you can do it. That's how you get hired right now. You become the must have candidate, and these are the techniques that do it. So be sure that you practice that and make sure that you ask that type of question in your own words at the end to the hiring manager so they know that you understand the real reason you're getting hired. Folks, keep the questions coming. If this helped, will you help me back? Will you follow me here and post a question? I'm trying to help as many of you as I can. I've got a bunch of free resources linked in my bio. And of course, if you want to work with me, the link on how to do that is down below in these comments. Okay. Good luck. Go get them.